Hey there, hey there stranger. Welcome to this week's video where I'm going to be telling you Hey there stranger, welcome to this week's video. I'm going to be telling you exactly what I eat for breakfast. I've been eating this same breakfast for about 3 years now. I know it sounds pretty crazy. I know it's not every day, but pretty much 95% of the time I have this exact breakfast. Unless I'm traveling, I'm sick, or I don't know, the odd day where I have to wake up extra early and I don't have time to make it. Otherwise, you got it, I'm eating this every single morning. And you might be asking, hey Mish, don't you get sick of this? You're eating it every single day. And honestly, not at all. In fact, I'm really excited every morning when I get to wake up and think, oh, I can make my protein pancakes. Is that really sad? Probably, but anywho, I love it and I'm gonna tell you how to make it. My protein pancakes has a good amount of protein, carbs, and also some fat in it as well. So stay tuned and let me show you what I eat for breakfast every single day. First up, you're gonna need a shaker cup, and also use just a blender, a normal small blender, that would work as well. But I like to have a shaker cup and a little chopstick looking spoon thingy, or a normal chopstick is fine. And I like to mix it by hand because you get an extra workout while you make breakfast. Alright, so you have this ready. Next up, I always start off with some Metamucils. Is that how you pronounce it? Mucil? That. I got my hands on this because my mom had bought it by mistake because it probably was on sale. And she didn't want to use it, so she gave it to me and said, you figure it out. I saw that, wow, there's quite a lot of fiber in here. So this is like a fiber supplement. And I thought, okay, let me give it a shot. When you use a teaspoon or two of this and you mix it with warm water, it becomes a very sticky consistency. It's supposed to suppress your appetite. Honestly, I don't really know if it does, but I've just gotten used to it because it makes my protein pancakes a little bit thicker and a little bit of a denser taste, a spongier, I don't know how to describe it. I've been using it for a while, and also, if anything, it helps with your digestive system. It helps you poo, so that's why I use it. I take about this much, 2, what is this, small tablespoons. I get these now from Costco in Canada. Every time I go back, I stock up on these. I know you can find these in Hong Kong as well, but they're a little bit harder to find and a little bit more expensive. Every time I go back to Canada, I always stock up on these. And apparently I got the orange flavored ones here. Try to get the natural, just original flavors because, I mean, yes, orange would taste great with water if you were to mix it, but I'm putting it in my pancake. I don't really taste it because I put a bunch of other stuff with it, but get the original if you can. All right, so I've got that in there. Then next up, I've got some Costco salt, some Himalayan pink salt. All right, just a little dash of it. So if you can see here, I just make a little churn. Not too much. Maybe I should change the angle of this video, but I've got it set up. We're on top of my rice cooker, my bowl, and my peanut butter right now, so I don't really want to move you around. All right, next up we got some Truvia, which is like a calorie-free sweetener from the stevia leaf with sugar. It's kind of like stevia, but if you've read a lot about stevia, it's not really the best for you, so I think this is a little bit of a better alternative. Don't quote me on it, I'm not too sure. I don't add a whole lot of it into my protein mix, but I like to have a little bit of sweetness because the flavors can be a little bland. This is what I choose. You can opt out for honey or something else. And also, like I said, I don't add a whole lot in it. Something like that. And that's good. Just to sweeten things up a little bit. All right, next up, I've got another Costco item, which is cinnamon. Should be sponsored by Costco here. But anywho, as you can see, I use up a lot of the cinnamon, so I get it from Costco because I buy in bulk. All right, because it should be cheaper that way, right? Anyways, I use quite a lot of cinnamon because I like the taste of cinnamon. All right, so done with that. Next up, not a Costco item because you can get this anywhere in Hong Kong. Just some baking soda. Baking soda will make sure that your pancakes are a lot more fluffier, and instead of just being a very thin layer, it's gonna puff up a lot more. Baking powder also works. I mean, play it around a little bit. I find that just by using a little bit of baking soda, it works for me. So, same thing, I just go like that. How much is that? I can't even tell you. Maybe half of a small teaspoon, maybe about a teaspoon or so. That should be enough. This, by the way, is a very small spoon. So, and yes, I got this from Taobao, if anyone is curious. All right, and now we've mixed all these mixtures in here, and it looks kind of like this. Give that a little blend. I've got my kettle here. This is not really boiled hot water. This is I let it sit for a little bit because you don't want to use hot water. So I use just a little dash of it. Not maybe not a dash, maybe a little bit more than a dash, a little splash of it. I mix it up, and you'll see everything being mixed up right now. And you see how it all kind of puffed up? That's pretty much because of baking soda and the Metamucils. And if you let this sit for about a minute or so, you'll notice that the consistency, it won't be liquidy anymore. It'll turn into this thicker jelly type of consistency. It's already starting to change. Can you see that? There you go. So I mixed that. Now you can really tell that it's kind of thickened up a lot more. Looks kind of gross actually, doesn't it? Now I've got my little coffee mug with no coffee in it because I don't drink coffee. But inside I've just got some boiled hot water. I've let it cool down, and now it's just cold water. So I add that in here. How much? Eyeball it. I don't know what this is. I'm not a measurement guru or something. So now you can really tell that it's okay. This is really unappetizing. It's gonna turn out okay though, right? Just trust me. I know right now it's like a gunk of, wow, that really looks nasty. But anywho, you mix that up, all right? You mix it real good. Mix it real good. Mix it real good. All right, and it's starting to form into this watery base now. After that, you're gonna add 1 egg, our fat. All right, throw that out. Blend again. Got our natural blender of an arm. There we go. I may have added too much water this time because usually it should be down to about here-ish. But anywho, keep blending. Now that that's done, we're gonna add our protein. So for me, I use this particular protein, which is the ISO 100, and it's a whey protein isolate, which means that there are less milk products inside it. So because I'm lactose intolerant, this is perfect for me. All right, so I add about 1.5 scoops of this. They come with little scoops inside. So I add 1 scoop. And 1/2. Let's try to make sure that I get roughly about 1/2. That's about 1/2. And you put that in there. Use any sort of protein that you like. Know that because of the different nutrient contents in your protein, everything might change a little bit. Next up, we're gonna blend again. So you're gonna blend the protein in here. Blend, blend, blend. Once again, you can see our mix it up. Mix it really good. You're working up an appetite here. Now that you've blended your protein pretty well into the mixture, next up we've got oatmeals. I just use whichever one I find at the store that is the cheapest, and apparently it's this one. So I've got some of these oatmeals here. I used 1 scoop. It's about 30 grams per 1 scoop, right? And you mix, like I say, friends, you're mixing a lot with this hand, and then getting all that oatmeal on the bottom or on the side. Doesn't this just look absolutely divine? Like I mentioned, you can use a blender, so you can just put everything in a blender and mix it up, but I like to do it by hand manually because I feel like then I really deserve this pancake. Like I worked for this. I blended this protein pancake, so yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Alright, yes, I did add a little bit too much water for today. Usually it's a lot less than this. I got too excited apparently and I got carried away. Anyways, let's start making these pancakes because the mix is ready. Alright, so we've got the pan started now and I'm gonna spray some of this cooking spray, just canola oil from Costco. If that's of any surprise by this point. So, about that much. Just cover the pan with some oil, get the pan all nice and warmed up, and pour in your mixture. See here? I like to fit about 4 roughly palm-sized pancakes onto the pan here. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit bigger. Can you see the size of them? They're about palm size. And you let it kind of cook on slow, what do you call it? Slow fire? Small fire? Clearly I'm not a cook here. Light? No. Anyways, you let it cook. Get your spatula ready. Once you start seeing the bubbles form inside the middle of the pancakes, you flip them over. Your pancakes aren't going to be very, very fluffy. They're going to be pretty thin pancakes, but I quite like them, so give it a try if you like. Alright. The bubbles are starting to form. Wait another little bit. You can test it out and see. Alright. So you just flip them over. I think you kind of get the gist of how pancake flipping goes. The second side will cook a lot faster, so they're pretty much done at this point. And then you just repeat the process and do this until you finish your batter. So I will come back to you when I finish. And here's the end result. Ta-da! I've made 4 batches of 4, so that's 16 pancakes. I think, or 20. Did I make 20 or 16? I don't know, 16 to 20 pancakes. I've made 16 pancakes, so 4 batches of 4s, and this is it. Of course, you can change up the measurements. You can make bigger or smaller pancakes, but I like to have them smaller so I feel like I'm eating more. If you want to spice things up a little, you could add some blueberries and just top it around. If you want to be real fancy. This is me being fancy, by the way, adding some blueberries, and that's as much as I'll do. I'm not gonna add syrup, I'm not gonna add strawberries and cream and all that fancy stuff. As fancy as it gets, blueberries. I'm gonna put all the macro information right here so you know exactly what went into this beautiful pancake. Yes, it's not the most appetizing to look at. It's not the most Instagrammable, but it does you good. Regardless, even if you don't like it, I love it because I'm gonna eat this today, I'm gonna eat this tomorrow, and for I don't know how many years to come. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about what I eat for breakfast. Maybe this video will help you figure out what you want to eat for breakfast. I don't know, maybe it'll inspire you to try this recipe out. And I hope to see you in my next week's video. Till then, bye stranger!